Hello, friends. It is Tuesday, July 2nd, shortly after 1 o'clock Pacific time. This is As I See It, episode 11. Time to hold our breath. And while we hold our breath, pay attention to everything going on. The big question now is what's going to happen Friday, right? Or maybe Saturday, but what's going to happen with the bill in Congress? And what kind of bullshit the administration has up its sleeve to launch out into the world this weekend, because we've seen the pattern. They save the worst crap for the weekends. All of us, as I said previously many times now, need to be prepared for the general strike, which is eventually going to come. I mean, stocking up your pantry, stocking up not just for yourself, but for others you know who may not have the same means as you. All of us need to be getting about this business of making our voice heard. There is absolutely no time now to waste. And as I've said previously in other videos, it's time for us to realize that we got here because the Constitution, which was confirmed in 1787, represents a worldview from the 18th century. And we need something that represents now. The founders could not have imagined that there would be corporations that have more money than nations, that there would be individuals that have more money than nations. And so the document doesn't contain any breaks on that. We know better now here in the 21st century. And so we need a new constitution. I'm no expert in the law, so I would not be able to write that myself. I have some ideas, though. I think there needs to be something written in very clearly that corporations are business mechanisms. They have no rights. They have no voice. They may not interfere in politics at all. And in reading about George Washington's thoughts on the new nation, particularly with respect to parties, I think he got it right when he said basically that parties would be to the detriment of democracy. I think we're seeing that very clearly. Another thing that we're seeing very clearly is that capitalism is completely incompatible with democracy. Capitalism is a system that is based on inequality, that thrives on inequality, that thrives on the worst aspects of humanity: greed, envy, want. Capitalism is destroying our democracy. So the new Constitution is going to have some mechanisms built into it that ensure that individuals and corporations will not squirm out of meeting their responsibilities and will not be able to, through their wealth, take over the political system. I don't know how we're going to get through this. We will get through it. And when we are through it, we will need a new constitution. The effort being undertaken now is to literally destroy the institutions of this country. And in another sense also destroy the country by destroying its mythology, destroying the symbols. So however we get through this, we are definitely going to need a new constitution. We're going to need to have something for us to hold up in our time. And it's completely justified with what the founders thought. I mean, the process of amending the Constitution was put in there because they understood that as time went forward, there would be new truths that came forward, and there would need to be some way to amend the document that made the laws of the country. The unfortunate truth is that the house is only as strong as its foundation, and the Constitution is a very feeble, weak document by 21st century standards. It needs replacing. And some people are afraid about this idea because they're afraid of letting go of that history, you know. It's important, right? History is important, but people have forgotten it. And what we need now is something for now. And we can't try to hold on to or repair and pick up the pieces of what was, because they're doing their best to destroy it and render it into rubble. We're going to have to build back with something new. So as I do these talks, as I do my preparation for them, I read about what other people have said about similar instances in other nations. And there really isn't a lot of guidance, because this situation is kind of unique. I don't really consider it political so much as the fruit of a long, decades-long espionage program, which has taken advantage of the freedoms of this system and the frailties of human beings and all the bad that comes forth as a result of this rapacious capitalist system, to twist a lot of people against what is innate to all of us, which is the want of freedom, of liberty. So another thing that after we come through this, that's going to have to be dealt with is a real epidemic of mental illness. A lot of people are going to have to be given some kind re-education on civility and community, on responsibility. And the religious community is going to have to come to terms that everyone not believing what they believe does not equal discrimination. I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh, we're discriminated against just because the world isn't the way they want it to be. Join the crowd. Everyone's discriminated against if that is the way it's determined. And as we do come through this, we're going to need to rebuild our economy, rebuild our education system, rebuild our media, which clearly has been taken over by the interests of a few individuals and large corporations. There's a lot of work to be done, and we're just in the resistance. As I said previously, Friday, is July 4th, the 249th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And I think it would be really, 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 really nice if it went off with no trouble. And if there were huge crowds and masses of people, like on No King's Day, making it evident. And I'd like to think that people will reach out to people, their friends and family, and talk to them on that day, and people will gain a greater understanding of the fact that their thoughts and ideas on this time we're in are not their own, that they're shared by everybody. And if it does come to pass that Friday that they ram this piece of crap bill through, it's going to be a gut punch. This bill is going to crush red states, who are the largest recipients of all the programs that are being gutted. This bill is absolutely going to crush red states. This bill is going to crush the middle class, who is now being supported by the middle generation in our society in a large extent, which is the Gen Xers, who are the squeeze generation. They're trying to take care of their parents who are drawing on Medicaid and Medicare, many times in nursing or assisted living. Same generation that has grown adults and grandchildren. This is going to be a gut punch. And it's designed to be as such. It's not about anything but transferring as much wealth as possible to 100% to the hands of those who are already wealthy. It's about causing societal collapse and chaos so that they can impose their vision of whatever the fuck they want on all of us. We cannot be quiet. We cannot consent. Again, I'm going to ask all of you, take some time to do a video like this. Let it be known. We've all got to get on this. We the people. Go carefully, friends. Spirit be with you.